Good day everyone. In this tutorial video, we'll be considering algebraic processes, specifically how to factorize using difference of two squares. Without wasting our time, I want us to quickly look at a few questions that's going to help us even as we proceed to gain understanding. Alright, we have these two questions before us. Question 1 says we should factorize 100 minus w squared. Alright, whenever you have a question like this, you look at the terms that are written, then you observe there is going to be set in such a way that one of them is going to, or virtually all of the terms can be expressed in its squares. Or sometimes by you factorizing, we eventually bring one or two of them to have a square. What do I mean? For example, I know that 10 squared is going to be 100, of which initially I can see w squared. So what do? I simply say 10 squared, which is the same thing as 100, minus w squared. Then I apply difference of two squares. If you recall again, difference of two squares has to be when you have two squares subtracting one another. The rule simply says, is the same thing as saying the product of their difference and also together with their sum. So when I apply this, I'm going to have 10 minus w multiplied by 10 plus w. And this is the factorization. It's that simple. On my right hand side, we also have this. If you inspect these two terms, you discover that 5 is not easily, it's not something you can just find a square of it, or numbers that you can square that will give you 5. It's not readily available. Sometimes you need to look at it by inspection. Then you bring out something that is called a factor. Then maybe after doing that, you'll be able to see. From what I can see here, I discovered that this is going to give me 5. It's going to be c squared minus 9d squared. If we do this, we see that inside the bracket can also be expressed further as negative 3 squared d squared, which can also be broken down further to c squared minus 3d squared. Alright, so inside the bracket we can see difference of two squares. So let's apply the difference of two square rule. Outside we have 5. Inside the bracket I can see c minus 3d multiplying c plus 3d. And finally, it can be expressed as 5 into the bracket of c minus 3d c plus 3d. All right, and this will be the factorization. All right, let's look at another question. In this case, by inspection, you will be able to see numbers that you can square and have any of these numbers. It's very obvious. 36, that's 6 times 6. 49, that's 7 times 7. So you quickly do that. This is 6 squared, a squared minus 7 squared d squared. Alright, since both of them are square, so you can group them together and give them a common square. Also the same thing to this. Alright, so once this is done, you simply apply your difference of two squares. So in the first bracket, we are going to have 6a minus 7d. And in the second bracket, we are going to have 6a plus 7d. And this is going to be our final answer. Also on my right, we have to factorize 25. Obviously, that's 5 squared. We are factorizing using difference of two squares. This is minus u squared minus v squared. Alright, so it's the same thing as saying 5 squared minus open bracket uv all squared. Now what do we do now? We apply difference of two square roots. We are going to have in the first bracket 5 minus uv, and in the second bracket 5 plus uv. Alright, and this is going to be the answer. I believe we enjoyed this video and I believe we understand it. Please don't forget to subscribe so that anytime we post another video, it will be available to you so that you can look at it together and also learn something. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.